I would like to call the June 8th meeting to order at 7:05, and if we could please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Start off with the acknowledgements, which we have a student from the ag program.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, they have Archie Tanner. I'm running the consulting committee to the Rockville Ag, the job that I've held you guys appointed me to about, I don't know, 30 or 40 years ago. We have one student graduating this year, Savannah Battles, behind me. And also here is a staff member, Ashley Lands, who went to VOAG, Ag Science and Technology. I have to remember we have a new name, with my daughter. And she's a teacher over there now. She went through the 8th grade at Tolland. So we'll let Savannah, talk to you.
Members of the Board of Education, thank you for taking the time to allow me to speak this evening. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Savannah Battles from Tolland, Connecticut, and a senior in the Rockville ASD program. The classes I've taken so far are Easy Animal Behavior, Vet Science 1 and 2, and Livestock Management. These classes have positively impacted my high school experience. It allowed me to further explore all aspects of animal science, which I'm extremely passionate about. In the agricultural program, I was able to develop leadership and communication skills that would help me in my future. Going into the program, I wanted to improve my public speaking skills and be surrounded by people that would assist me in my endeavors in the agricultural business. I flourished in this new environment and accomplished these dreams, and I will continue to improve upon these skills once I head up to the University of Connecticut for college. I'll be able to take these experiences with me and plan on pursuing a degree in animal science after high school. With this degree, I hope to get employed by the USDA and work in the USDA facilities. Thank you for supporting my education by allowing me to attend the Rockville Agricultural Science and Technology program. Your continued support has allowed me opportunities that I'll never forget. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a certificate for you that you've completed your career there. When we help you people are all familiar with the program over there, it seems like Chairman is a little green.
I wasn't quite sure because I know that we have the other program on the other side.
Yeah, Rockville and
EO Smith. That's what I was thinking. EO Smith, not necessarily.
But it's picking up. You're going to have 4 students attending next year in the freshman class.
That's great.
Savannah, what's the number one thing you feel like you took out of the program?
I think all like the public speaking and the leadership abilities, because like I was a chapter officer for the past 2 years, and I've grown a lot as a person, and being able to handle that responsibility. No, definitely helped me in my future careers and in college.
Well, you did a great job. Here's
Definitely.
I'm sure you're gonna love going to UConn with that. I mean,
Yeah, I'm very excited.
that is very great opportunity. Any questions? Congratulations.
Go Husky.
Yeah, we do have the staff member too. Any questions for her?
Yeah.
Program, anything?
Any questions? We would love if you want to come out for a tour or to see our facility. We would love to have you guys come out for a tour. We'd be very great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay. So do we have thanks for coming? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Right. So the other thing we have is just an acknowledgement of the art in the room. You may notice that the art has changed. And so every month we will be having different artwork. Well, and in the summer, this artwork will remain for a while. But we honor the students that are much more creative than myself. And they, these individuals are the ones that donated their art or gave their art for the purpose of our making our meeting room a better place. So I'll just read them into the minutes. Cecilia Martins, Ali Nickerson, Colton Andrews, and I'll give this to you too. You got it on that. Victoria Bolden, Olivia Clausen, Kayla House, Louis Bode, Chad Lincoln, Nadia Shapiro, Calvin Cadero, Aiden Lindsay, Rayon, Cedric White, Tiana Zhang, Mason Bishop, Evan Hickley, and Victoria Salerno. Thank you to all of you for giving us your artwork so that we can enjoy it during our meetings. So we're honoring the art students today.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Wood. At this time, let's move on to the approval agenda. We are switching things around. So we move to approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the May 25th special meeting and regular minutes.
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? Any corrections? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor can say aye.
Aye.
And that was everyone, Lisa. Okay. So seeing as is, they are approved as is. Let's move to public participation. We had the one gentleman that was still here, but now he is gone. So members online, which are primarily board members, if you would like to raise your hand and have 2 minutes, please do so now. If not, I will close the public participation out. Okay, let's move on to correspondence.
All right. The board had 5 emails that it received. An email expressing concern over current school security measures and protocol. An email from the Ellington Board of Education notifying all Connecticut school boards of recently passed laws that, in its opinion, are harmful to students and local school boards. An email expressing frustration over the excessively long time our students spend on the bus each day. An email asking if the district has considered banning cell phones in the classroom. And an email asking if the district, to revisit its COVID-19 vaccination requirements for field trips. The author does not want students excluded from field trips over this policy.
Thank you. At this point, we will go to points of information. Okay.
I was actually just wondering if we were gonna kind of talk about or do something similar to what Ellington did as far as
The letter that they
the letter and the lunch, and
I mean,
I thought it was really well written. I don't know if it made a difference like anything else that we sent to the state, but
I mean,
just a thought. I know Dr. Willett, you said that would significantly impact those 4 minutes, I think it ends up being, or something.
Yeah, and you can caps. When we get a little bit, into the next few weeks, I'll publish a couple of things that other organizations put out there. But CAPS did make it, provide a communication to the state with respect to that. CAVE, I think, also did on your behalf. So it depends on how you want to handle it. Certainly we can. CAVE and CAPS typically do the communication with the state directly on your behalf, on our behalf, both superintendents and boards of ed. And so they have expressed that they're disappointed with it too, although I think CAPS a little bit more aggressive than CAVE.
I don't think I saw the CAPS one, but I definitely saw the case.
So you can, we can author our own, but generally, and that's absolutely whatever the board wants to do with it. But those 2 organizations represent the groups and have communicated. And as you said, the state of Connecticut is, with SB1, I don't know, they're going, there's a couple of things mixed in there that's useful. So, the 2 years of some grants for counselors is great. But these other pieces are very impactful. They were last minute pieces of adds to the legislation, and it's a tactic used at the state. It's used sometimes on boards' behalf, but it's also sometimes used in ways that work against, some of the interests. So it's up to you, but I would be happy to help with that if you wanted to. It's just how, your time, where would you like to invest in?
Do you know if CAPS got any sort of reply or anything?
Yeah, I attended a meeting, and reply that that was conveyed, not yet in writing, was that they hear us, that they did not realize the impact that this would have, and that essentially they're sorry. And they'll look at it, they look at it, and that this may come up in the next few weeks or months, but the feeling that I got from that meeting was that that there didn't seem to be an urgency to change this piece of it, and that there was, and I think some people that wanted the governor to veto it, but vetoing it then has the effect of knocking off some of the stuff that you want in there. So I don't see this moving very quickly and changing. I think we are going to eat that. We're already in the process of adjusting what we're doing, starting to make plans to adjust the schedules accordingly. Because we have to, that doesn't happen on a dime, and we have to figure that out. So
Well, then to bring it back to that, is that even want to have our board thing to say in?
I think it can't hurt. So I think it would be a good thing, even, and yes, I get it. We know anything we probably said, it goes in one year, not the other with the state. But I think the more boards that maybe do it, maybe this will be something that the state will finally say, well, wait a second, we didn't consult any educators when we decided to do this, and maybe we should. So I do personally think, just something small to the point type thing. I don't know if that's something maybe we want to pick up in the next communication meeting and then bring it to the whole board after. But I mean, at this point, I'm thinking it can't hurt, and maybe just another something.
What's the time?
well, I mean, doing it now, they're going to, I don't want to try to choose my terms carefully here. They will probably not move massively rapidly on that one. So you can, we have a little time to author something. There's two schools of thought on it, and it would definitely be therapeutic to write something. I agree, and happy to be a part of that. I think CAVE and CAPS sometimes, there's this conversation going on right now, should many different places write many different letters, or do you want your advocacy group to make this one direct statement on this issue? And so either way, I think is fine. I think that both could be potentially impactful, but they're receiving lots of mail. And so the advantage of CAVE for you as a Board of Ed is you pay CAVE to represent you as your lobbyist, really. And CAPS, we pay CAPS to represent superintendents as lobbyists. So they have that conversation. They pop in and they'll talk to these people. Your letters are awesome. They'll go into a hopper. They'll go into the sequence in which the legislature receives letters. And so it's, it makes sense to do that if you want to. But your organizations also have their lobbying efforts. So you are being represented, and we are being represented. When this got brought up, there was some consternation over the methodology used to achieve this, and people were reminded that both CAVES, CAPS, and others have used similar methodologies in the past, and so it's a part of how legislation is sort of managed and executed, and that people were reminded of that. That if you get rid of this, then when you want to use it, they can't use it. And I don't mean you as you individual board members. It's just this is utilized as a matter of practice in the legislature from time to time.
I'm just who gets all the CAVE emails?
I think
I get the CAVE emails. I'm just curious, did anybody notice the CAVE email? I get so many, so I'll admit I just kind of skim the subject and I don't always go. Did anybody remember if they sent us what they sent on our behalf? I guess is my question. I would just be curious,
I remember reading it, but I don't remember how, what.
Yeah, CAPS has a meeting. We actually,
there's so much stuff.
Buried in the email.
I did say it too, but I don't remember.
I don't remember either, because I remember seeing something. I don't remember if it was written in an email or.
Or maybe it's something to just keep on the
radar,
and Because we've got, I think, another meeting before communications even, and in the meantime, maybe I'll try to find, I just searched by cave and I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of emails on here. So, thanks.
Two things. It'd be interesting also to see what Caps wrote.
Yeah, I didn't see what Cap.
Yeah, I'll do that. There was a whole series of things, so I figured when we get a minute, once we get through this meeting, yeah, there's quite a bit longer, but I'll throw it in there.
We left off, because this is recording, correct? We're now officially back in our meeting. Was the vaccination question about field trips?
Yes. All right. So back to, we're talking about correspondence, points of information. I said that, and I don't know what recorded. So I said that policy reviewed the field trip policy, and we're going to review it again next time, hopefully bringing it to the entire board. And then I asked Dr. Will. Answer again.
So the district is, as far as I understand the direction, at the end of this year, there are no longer any requirements of us of any kind, but they are meeting in the summer to discuss the situation and give us, guidance. So that's the last word that I got from DPH at the meeting that we had on Tuesday this week. So right now that it does not seem like that would be the case at the end. We have to record things right now, but as of the last day of school, we no longer have to report to the state either. So that could be a good sign about quarantine and all of that.
Just one more thing. Any guidance that DPH gives us over the summer, if that impacts our students, whether it's field trips or whatever it is, if it's, I guess what I'm asking is if we're going to require the students to be vaccinated to go on a field trip, I'd like the board to be part of that process. And my only request.
Well, I'm hoping that at the end of this year, with reporting no longer required and all of that, that our pandemic continuity of learning, our plan there is no longer in force, which would, we go back to our business as usual. The only thing that can change business as usual at this point would be that.
Thank you. Anyone else? No. Okay. Let's close this up. Student representative reports.
Okay.
No, though, can I just pause for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we do have a gift for you. Did you see these sitting here?
I did.
So I think one of them is.
That one was you.
It has a name on it.
Yes.
You got it. So open it.
All right.
And then what is-
I sure open it.
On camera.
Yeah. Okay, if I can get the smile.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
So
All right, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Sorry.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you guys.
But I go fantastic with those pants. You
Yeah.
See, my internet was letting me join it.
So I'm trying to get people back in.
So why we're not in? Where did you get those pants? Because they're fantastic.
I got them at Windsor in the mall.
What is it?
Windsor.
Okay. I guess I'm- They're fantastic. They look comfy too. And
Yeah, they're very comfortable.
She is recording again. So my thing is, it does let me in now, so the internet is now working from the building, I guess.
It is.
But back to our student report.
Okay, so Monday we had our class day for senior kids, and then this coming Friday we also have our class night.
the big week. And then last night we had our award ceremony for the local high school. And then also next Monday in student council, we're doing our elections for officers for next year. So once I find out who the new Board of Ed people are, I'm gonna talk to them and try to get them to come to.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the next meeting just for board members is the 8th grade promotion ceremony. You said you might wait time. We'll start this meeting late,
Yeah, we,
maybe like a half an hour.
maybe a half hour later in this.
For those who attended.
Yeah, an alternative, we could change location and we could set up an hour there, but
We see how well the hour works. Let's just go ahead and just come back here.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So just FYI. Back to the activities. Are you guys doing the car parade again?
I don't think so.
That's not.
No, I think it's not happening this year. I haven't heard anything.
You know what I saw the other towns do, which I think is awesome, is that the seniors get to go to the elementary schools and take one last loop around the building. I thought that's pretty cool.
I've seen that many, a lot of my friends.
Granted, they wouldn't have to go to Birch Grove, they're in a completely different school.
Yeah, GIS would be neat though.
But I think that that would be something.
yeah, we were talking about trying to do it this year. So we may be able to pull it off, but if not this year, next. It's getting the students who sign up for it. Rather than being mandatory, it would be it's who want us to do it.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of a neat option. I mean, then people who would like to go can go, and those who don't. Anything else though for the students? I'm sure they're excited.
Yes, everyone's very excited.
Yeah, I did get a card in the mail about a kit for your kids for finals or something.
Oh, yeah.
PTO maybe did it.
Yeah, we're doing like care baskets. I'm not sure like who's running it, but
Yeah.
The healthy choice snacks.
Well, I don't know that it was healthy choice. It was
one of each. The gummy bears.
I saw that though. I didn't order it. Didn't write it down. Yes. Perfect. So good luck in the
thank
future.
you. Of course.
Okay, let's go down to our monthly financial report.
Because you're recording, I'm just going to share this. So the eventually, someone can see it. Doing it, but you have the rights to do that. Yeah, by Jose, he's got it too. So now you have 2 recordings.
Okay, go ahead, Tony.
All right. I move to approve the changes to the superintendent 2022-2023 contract as specified in the June 8th, 2022 Board of Education meeting, with a teacher retirement contribution increased by $5,000 and an additional salary component of $1,761.00.
I'll second the motion.
Any further discussion at this time? Any comments? If not, we'll just go ahead and do a roll call vote this time. So let's start over here. Tony.
Yeah.
Okay. Ward.
Aye.
Sophia.
Aye.
I have Dana next. Sorry.
Aye.
Jacob.
Aye.
Jaden.
Aye.
Jen.
Aye.
Griffin.
Aye.
Me. Okay. Passes unanimously. We can make sure we have that verbiage. Well, somebody.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do the, I will entertain the second motion on there for the evergreen clause.
Right. Motion to extend a contractual agreement between the Board of Education and Superintendent Walter Willett for 3 years from July 1st, 2022 through July 30th, 2025, and update section 3 terms of agreement in the superintendent's contract accordingly.
Okay.
Okay. Any further discussion on that? No? Okay, once again, we would do the roll call vote. So Tony?
Nay.
Okay. Ford?
Nay.
Sophia?
Aye.
Dana?
Aye.
Jacob?
Nay.
Jaden?
Aye.
Jen?
Aye.
Griffin?
Nay.
And I'm an aye. Therefore, majority is in favor of the extension. Okay. Now, at this time, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor could say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously at 9.
Ashley, am I bringing this back to you?
Dr. Bullock.
Oh, yeah, when you signed it. Then...
Go, Mike.
Nice.
You're awesome. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, okay, so what I'd like to say is I will entertain a motion to adjourn, not to adjourn, but to table the rest of the agenda for tonight, except for the executive session due to the technical difficulties we are experiencing. That way we can just move into that session and let Lisa go. We don't have the minutes for that.
So moved.
Second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, do you have something to say? You have something to say?
Didn't raise a hand.
It's the face.
Here.
Okay, all those in favor can say aye.
Aye.
Therefore, we will table the rest of the agenda and we will move into the executive session. If we could have a,
I'll reach out to Jade.
we also, yeah, that's fine, but we also need a vote to go into executive session. So before we leave, Jacob.
Yeah, I'll move to enter executive session for the purpose of the superintendent evaluation and compensation discussion, inviting Dr. Willett into the session.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor can say aye.
Aye.
Dana, you're an aye. Okay. So we will enter into executive session at 7:46.